What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing Elden Ring. So basically what I kind of want to do in this episode, it might be a bit of a long one, but I want to get an entire build, like the beginning of a nice Claymore build, all set up. So, let's just start a new game save. And let's start with the Vagabond. So what I want to do is I want to go get the, Claymore. And with it, I want to, I want to infuse it with fire, but keep the lion's claw on it, because that's how you get the most damage out of lion's claw. Lion's claw, the way it works is it doesn't take off of a certain stat like a lot of other abilities. It takes off of, what's it called? Your enhancements. So like if you have a full strength thing, it won't do as much damage. But then if you infuse with fire, your total number of damage will be higher. And so it'll work better that way. Alright, nah, I don't need this or this. I'm gonna try and beat the first boss just for any extra runes possible. Hello. Alright. Let's go ahead and two-hand this. Yeah, no, I won't fight him. I'll just jump off the cliff. But yeah, there's a couple items I'm gonna grab for like talismans and stuff, or at least early game. I want to focus on stamina, just because stamina has always been a bit of a problem for me, at least. Especially whenever you're I'm gonna be using like stuff like R2s and literal front flips. You lose a lot of stamina fast. So now I gotta go get Torrent, and then I'm gonna grab a couple things. I'm probably gonna grab some stuff before I grab the Claymore, just because, in my opinion, it's just good to have that extra stuff, or it's closer to the starting location than the Claymore. So a few things that I'm thinking about grabbing are the, obviously the Claymore, a dagger to put the Golden Vow Ash of War on. I want to get Faith up to 15, get a Finger Seal, and get Flame Grant Me Strength. I want to get, I want to get the green, the turtle. I think that's what it's called, like the turtle back. The turtle head one, it gives you like extra stamina regen, stamina like regen speed, along with the green spell tier for my physic, getting more stamina regeneration. And then I also want to get strength knot tier, so that I can like get the extra strength damage instead of having to have to two-hand to hold it, because Vagabond does not have the starting stats to two-hand it. So yeah, let's go get it. I think what we're gonna do first, we're gonna grab Torrent, and then I think we're gonna go up to get the key, not a couple smithing stones, like 1 or 2 smithing stones. Yeah, hold up, what else was there? Also, I've never done a build with the broadsword. It looks like a good weapon, but I've never done a Claymore build either. I decided that I felt like beating the game, or at least playing through the game one more time before Night Rain came out. So I'm currently playing it through one more time with what is supposed to be a super popular build that a bunch of people like. Cannot hit those guys at all for some reason. But yeah, so I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go through the gate right there. And then we're gonna grab the Stone Sword Key over there. We'll grab Strength Knot tier. We're gonna grab, we're gonna be grabbing Golden Vow. We're gonna grab the first talisman I'm gonna use. I usually use Radagon's Source Seal, but I don't know if I really want to with this one. Alright,
It will torrent has treat him with.
Alright, let's just boom. And we're gonna alkali. Well, no, we'll keep one blue. Usually I'll switch it, but I think because I'm gonna be running a lot. Oh, whoops. Forgot to put it in there. Yeah, so Lion's Claw takes up decent amount of FP. So I think we're mostly gonna like jump in between that and R2s, charged R2s, stuff like that, so that we can get as much damage as possible. Now, a good thing about the Claymore is there's only 2 great swords in the entire game that have pierce damage, and pierce damage allows you to get counterattacks. So, like, let's say I was fighting Margit and his weapon comes down. Basically, the counterattack damage, I get bonus damage because he's doing an attack while I am, but my attack is hitting him before his attack's hitting mine, and it's pierce damage, so it's very, very nice. A little bit of extra damage, along with the fact that if I mix out a Spiked Crack tier, give it a nice flame affinity. Well, maybe not flame. Strength would probably be better for that. I'm just thinking about doing flame affinity for, well, see, I don't know which one's going to be faster. It's probably going to be like early game. I should probably have a strength affinity on. But once I get late game, I might want to switch to fire, because fire is going to have more overall damage, and Lion's Claw kind of scales off of the total damage of your weapon, so that it doesn't involve like any stats. So that whenever I like go do a front flip or something, I'm not just like, hey, why am I doing less damage with strength scaling? It's because I don't have enough damage. See, that's why Lion's Claw and Claymore is kind of fun. It's because Claymore is a pretty unique weapon. Lion's Claw is a pretty unique Ash of War in that way. Or not, yeah, it's a pretty unique Ash of War in that way. But yeah, let's go get... We already got the Strength Knot tier from the Giant. We got the Stone Sword Key. Now we gotta get Golden Vow from this guy. So he's actually gonna use it right here. So he stops. We gotta hit him whenever he stops. Hold up, I gotta back up and heal real fast. While he's stuck on the rock, let's just... Oh my gosh, I'm not used to fighting this guy on foot. Usually he falls off his horse and then I... Alright, yeah, it's been a minute since I've played, and usually what happens is that once his horse gets to low health, I usually jump off of my horse, kill his horse, and then do a stab for 400 damage, which finishes him off pretty well. Let's go get those runes back. It's not that many, but let's go get that back, and this time actually get the Ash of War that we need. Wolves fall back there? I had no idea that wolves ever fell back there. So yeah, I'm gonna fight him on horseback for a little bit, and once his horse gets low, I'll hop off and attack his horse just a bit. But in my opinion, it's good to hit him while he's on his horse. Okay, see, now that his horse is low, oh my gosh, not this again. Oh, there we go. See? It finishes him off pretty well. What a drop. Gauntlets. Nice. Alright. So now we're just gonna kind of continue down the pathway. Will I survive this? Yes, I will. Nice. Alright. I always found that funny about the Souls games. Like, you either take no damage, the tiniest amount of damage, or you die. I don't really care about Alexander right now. I mean, I want the green spell tier, but now that I think about it, Lion's Claw will have extra damage if I use the Shard of Alexander, or Warrior Jar Shard. What I'm about to do is kind of evil, but it'll be fine. So we're gonna... Oh, I forgot I have to talk to him first. Okay, help him out. Alright. Knocking him out usually sucks whenever you have a dex weapon. You have to use like skills and stuff like that.
Well,
I'm so sorry that I have to do this.
what are you playing at? This is no time for games. Wait, I see. I see it now. Humans will lose their wits eventually. Then there's nothing left to say, except I am unhelpless.
Sorry, Alexander. I decided that I would rather have this over everything else. Great dragonfly head. I don't think I've ever had one of those drop before. Or at least I haven't gone around killing dragonflies, so. Anyway, yep. I mean, I guess he gave me a good amount of runes. I forgot that I have that. I think we're gonna grab the turtle talisman thingy, just like as a for later item. Let's grab that. See, we need to get a lot of smithing stones so we can get the claim. I think you can get claymore to like plus 14 without doing much of anything.
I'm afraid of.
There we go. Perfect. So we got 5 smithing stones off rip. That's almost the first 2 levels. I think we're gonna be able to get some in the tunnel. So I think once we grab this, maybe, I mean, actually we could just head to Fort Faroth while we're up here. And then from Fort Faroth we can go down. You know, I might not actually teleport that much during the start. I might end up just... Alright, here we go. What is up, my boyos? I see, yeah, let's grab the turtle talisman. I've seen some challenge run where people, like, they turn every single thing that you can kill into Melania or something. And getting this talisman looked like a nightmare. Because, like, you can kill all these turtles. There isn't any reason to. They give no runes. So, like, there's just, like, 5, 6, 7 Melanias just chilling down here. But yeah, let's grab the turtle. Let's see what's it actually called. Green turtle talisman. Alright. We're not going to put that on right now. I actually had no idea I could ride up here. Okay. So now, while we're just like way up here, we can go over here to Caelid. And then we're going to go over to that castle right there. The back of it has what we want. And so once we have that, we can then come back down. Or maybe I think we'll teleport back to Summit, or we'll teleport back up to like right here, and then we'll just take that pathway down, because that brings you down to the Third Church America, where we are going to grab our physic, and then from the Third Church America, we're going to get the Spiked Scratch tier, and the Green Spill tier, and I believe we're just going to use Green Spill for now. Pretty sure that's all we're going to do is just use Green Spill. But, yeah. I always forget what that is, so I always end up picking it up. And then this is actually also another great weapon that I have used, and that's actually why I'm not using it this build. It's not a great sword, it's a colossal sword. It's a colossal great sword. It's the great sword, is like its name. And so it's in this little thing right there. I've used it for builds before, and it's probably a better weapon. I want to say it's a better weapon. But, yeah, so I'm just trying out Claymore. Want to try it out. I know that's the other thing that people use. Those two are, like, staples in the Soulsborne community because of stuff like um, like they were in the first games. You can get the great sword. Now it isn't near as big in the first game. The claymore is about the same size. The great sword they made it a lot bigger over the over time. But yeah, they were both great reliable weapons in all the games they were in. So like the claymore has been in Dark Souls almost all the way through. It just isn't in like Bloodborne, Sekiro. But yeah, people love them. They're reliable. They're good. They're just not a bad choice at all. Great, or especially I hear they're great for like beginning players. So if you're just picking up the game and you want to do a strength build, Claymore is not a bad option at all. So I always found that cool, all the gravity magic that they do over here in Caelid. So I like how like it's kind of like Scarlet Rot fire themed area, but they actually do a whole ton of gravity magic because of Radon, who learned gravitational magic. Ooh, that's not okay. Excuse me, sir. I probably should be using Torrent right now. I hit you. Alright, let's get out of here. While we still have our runes. Let's go down. And then down. And then let's skedaddle. Yeah, I think I'll teleport back to the start of Caelid once it lets me. It's like right there. So we're gonna just turn around, go back, kind of back the way we came, but instead of going to the ruins, we're gonna go left, which will bring us down to like a bunch of like spirit springs, which we can use to jump down safely. And then we can get the stuff. And then actually, no, not while we're there. We can do that later. But there is Fort Faroth, which has a good talisman. It has some good weapons, or not weapons. It has the Dectus medallion, one of the halves, which are super, super important. That pathway is practically useless until you've already beat the cave, but yeah, see, like using those little spirit spring thingies, it takes us down safely. But yeah, we're going to this church right here. These churches also have basically all the churches in the game have an item. It's called like a sacred tier. You can use it to upgrade your flask, like how much your flasks heal, and then you use the golden seeds. So like this right here. Get your sacred tier, and then right here is going to be the physic. And now we can grab the site of grace, and we can go. I don't know what I killed for 1,000 runes just leaving Caelid, but apparently I did something. Anyway, yeah, so going down this little, like, dirt pathway will take me to, this, like, tree, which has some tiers around it and stuff like that. I'm also gonna grab the map just cause. I think I actually forgot to grab the starting, like, the map at the very beginning of the game. Didn't grab that one. Oh well. But yeah, let's grab this map just because I like to have map. And then we're going to go ahead and hop up here. Grab that. Now, this is actually something that you can just use for a build, just these two tiers by themselves. Because the Spiked Cracked tier is a very, very good tier. It gives extra damage to charged R2s. And so for a lot of strength builds, it's good. But then you can also not have trouble. Oh yeah, Axe Talisman's in there. Also gives bonuses to charged R2s. So if you're doing a charged R2 build, those two items right next to each other, both amazing items. I'm currently going this way because I'm trying to get, I think now I'm getting Claymore, since I now have basically everything else for the setup. So like, we have that, and then we just gotta get the physic done. Oh, well, I mean, I guess, no, we gotta get the smithing stones. Because something that I like to do, personally, is just destroy Margit. So you can get, I'm pretty sure it's plus 14. You can get like a plus 14 weapon before fighting Margit by going to Liurnia, which there's a way to go like kind of like around. Um, what am I saying? You can go around Stormvale Castle. You don't have to go through it. So like Margit is technically like he's technically an optional boss. He's seen as a main boss though, just because there's no reason to fight Radahn and Renala rather than just fight Godric and Renala or Godric and Radahn. Radahn is the Caelid boss, by the way, and what's her name? How did I forget? Renala is the Raya Lucaria boss. Okay, let's grab this other stone sword key while we're going. And yep, alright. We're gonna grab this at Grace. We're gonna start writing again. I'm gonna put my physic right here, even though we haven't mixed it yet. I actually have all the stuff for the physic. I could mix it, but I'm not going to right now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna like save that for later. But yeah. So we're currently going to Castle Morn to get the Claymore. Really, I would appreciate some. That's the Smithing Stone 2 here? I usually don't pick up the items, and I really like Smithing Stone 2s are I think one of the harder ones. Or no, or it might have been 3s. But early game, I think it's because you can get to +6 with the normal, and you can get to +12, and then usually for 3s, you only get a couple. You don't get like what you need of 12. Yeah, I'm gonna continue going on over here. We're gonna grab this map, and then we're gonna go get that golden seed right there. And then yeah, that right there is Castle Morn. I'm not gonna complete the castle right now. I just almost got blown up. But yeah, like you see that little guy over there? He has a bow and arrow. He's kind of scary. The arrows track also for some reason. They look intimidating, and I kind of avoided them on my first playthrough. But they actually aren't that bad. Pretty easy to posture break. So you can just like smack them a couple times. They'll fall over, and then once they do, you can like stab their chest. Get a good chunk of damage. But yeah, so I kind of don't want to die on this part just because of how many runes I have. And this isn't like insane or anything, but I'm saving these for buying stuff. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? I could also just like, to make up for like strength here, I could just like put a level into strength. I still have to get 15 levels to faith though. So if I get like 16 levels worth of runes, then yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just put, or I don't need 16 levels, whoops. I'm gonna need a good chunk though. Okay. Let's grab this. Let's roll. Let's see, can I get out the way I came? I know, I said that I don't want to like die and lose all my runes, and then I take like the riskiest way out of here. I think a better way out of here would be to just go, like, continue going until you could teleport out. But I didn't do that. Get out of here. Okay. So yeah, like he also has some stones you can buy. But I don't think we need to go to him. I think we can, hold on. I think if I rest at a site of grace right now, I actually will get teleported to Round Table. And I want to avoid that for a bit longer. So now I have to two-hand this right now. You know? No, I'll go to Round Table. Round Table, I'll be able to like level up. I can actually level up the weapon. But I think I'm gonna level myself up for a little bit. Put all my runes into myself. Mix my physic.
Very well. Let my hand.
But yeah. I feel like Melina is like she's like not a bad character. All right, no, she is a bad character. She could be so much of a better character. She just needs more screen time, a little more lore, story to her. She's just right now kind of basic and boring. And so like that's why she's not like the most interesting character ever. But yeah, let's so we're gonna get to do this. Excuse me. Then we're gonna go to the Wonders Physic, throw on the Strength. This is the one I usually like to use. This is Spiked Cracked. But we're gonna grab the Green Spill just for the okay, no, Green Spill raises my maximum stamina. And then the Green Turtle increases the recovery speed. Yeah. We're gonna keep this on though, because then whenever I use Lion's Claw, which already comes with the Claymore, I'll do more damage. But now let's do, I forgot, let's do some normal upgrades. So Faith needs to be 15. I forgot to use, this should bring me up to at least one more level. This, I always have felt like this feels like a waste of levels, but it's just something you gotta do at the start. Just put levels into Faith, get up to 15. I forgot, how much is that? If it is low, I don't think it's 200 low, but there are 2 items that they sell that I want to buy. It's the dagger and this. So yeah, no, they're not very low at all. I need 1,200. I can do that though once I actually have Flame Grant Me Strength right now. Actually, forgot about that. Usually I do it like usually whenever I do runs, Flame Grant Me Strength is lower on the list, so I wait a really long time to grab it. But yeah, let's go ahead and head on out of here. Hold up. So where are we going next? We got the weapon, we got all our tears, we got our talismans. I think now we're currently on the mad dash to get our stones. So if we go over here to Gatefront, we can also grab the map, but we can grab a ton of ones. And so now we're going to have to be collecting a bunch of runes just to level up the Claymore. I don't have anything to bleed, and so I don't know if I'm going to actually do the boss, but they're not a boss. There is this one dragon. If you kill it, it drops you 70,000 runes. People are all the time debating about, oh yeah, you should kill the dragon, you shouldn't kill the dragon. And people are debating about it because the dragon is kind of really old, can't move, like can't defend itself, it can't move, and it's also sleeping. So people are like, hey, don't kill the dragon. It's not nice. But personally, I don't care. I just want 70,000 runes. Because 70,000, that's, at least early game, that's a lot. I could easily get Faith up. I could then put like the rest, put it into Vigor and Strength. And then it just kind of helps you breeze through the game. Pretty sure the guys down here are actually weak to pierce damage, so this weapon will not be bad for this cave. But I don't really plan on killing enemies much. They're not really worth killing. They drop stones, but usually there's no really point because there's enough stones to where you don't need the stones that they drop. So you just gotta like kind of run over there, jump. Not what I was trying to do, but I guess that's fine. Got that. So you got the 3 stones that are in this room. So you get 3 smithing stone ones. And you gotta run. Pray they're not super close behind you. So that you can then push this button. Turn around. Okay, so I'm now in safe distance. We're gonna go over there later. For now, we gotta go down here. This part can be annoying because of dog. The dogs in FromSoft games are very annoying. And then, so like this dog right here, we're gonna start with this one. See here, where's the dog? Alright, perfect. Got to hyper armor through the attack. And then now we just... And then boom, boom. We got him. We might as well just backstab him. Alright, I'm gonna try Lion's Claw out real fast. Nice. Decent damage for now. We're gonna upgrade the weapon a lot though, so its damage go way higher. So yeah, we got the 2 stones that are down at this part. Let me see, how much do we have? 10. So yeah, we only need 2 more stones, which I think the other pathway gives you more than 2. I think usually, like, whenever I was at the merchant and I bought 3 stones, I don't think I usually buy the full 3. So, yeah. But yeah, let's go in here. What's here? Gotta yoink that. So buy these guys. And then see, you get your first 2 just like that. Okay, thank the Lord he stopped to do that little animation. There's a somber and some items like up if you like while you're going down over there. But yeah, there should be 1 more on the left. Or no, whoops, right, wrong cave. I think it's the Altus tunnel that has one. Once you like go down an elevator, you go to the left to get like a 5. Alright. So we're gonna heal. Make sure we have everything on. Alright. We got fat roll. Alright. Drink this. That gives us 13. That gives us 3 minutes of extra strength and extra stamina. So now we're gonna lock on kind of to his leg here. It's good damage. Alright. Now we can get that. We're gonna go ahead and just grab that before he like gets back up or whatever. Oh, I didn't have enough FP to do that with the move that time. Oh yeah, he's weak to that kind of stuff, so he took a bunch of damage. Yeah, let's go back to the entrance. That was also good just because extra runes. Those extra runes will probably get us maybe like not 2 levels, but I want to say close to 2 levels. And now we have all of the ones we need and a 2. We're gonna need a couple more 2s. I think most of them are gonna be in Liurnia. Or maybe all of them. They might all be in Liurnia. So that's where we're gonna go right now. We're gonna go to Liurnia. So like usually you would go up here and then you'd go right here to fight Margit. But you can also go over here to this pathway right here, jump down here, and take like a little side path that goes around, brings you back here, and then you're in Liurnia. And that's how you skip the starting area. You don't have to fight Margit or Godric to get to the next area. Now, they're both completely optional. They're just easier than the other 2 options because Liurnia, you have to go through all the stuff to get to Renala. And she's actually not hard. She's pretty easy boss. Just avoid her Kamehameha. But then Radahn is not an easy boss. So a lot of people like to go Renala and then Radahn. Or no, they like to go Godric then Renala. Just because you get, plenty of runes. The thing about Radahn is that he gives a lot of runes. So he's usually a really, really viable option. If you're like good enough at the game, you want to go do, like you have 2 bosses to beat to get your 2 great runes to proceed. He's obviously a very, very good option, just because there's many runes. He's also a fun fight. Very interesting moveset. Does things quite a bit. But yeah. He kind of reminds me of, no, he doesn't remind me of anyone. Never mind. What's it called? the new builds in the DLC, which I think I'll mess with some DLC stuff like the two-handed sword talisman. But the new the new tank build kind of reminds me of Tower Knight. You got like your big bulky armor, and then you got your spear, your big heavy shield, all that stuff. Now I actually gotta keep these runes. I gotta hold on to them for just a second because this guy down here sells twos. So we're gonna be able to buy some smithing stone twos once we get past this camp, of course. I don't think I'm gonna clear out the camp. I don't think I'll even go for the chest. I forgot what's in it, but I don't think it's anything too good. I will grab that. Alright, that's pretty useless, but oh well. So yeah, this merchant right here. This. Boing, boing. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do.
You're surprised you found no matter. Why don't? Oh, but don't.
So yeah, he sells those. So then we can just sign real fast. The S-Talk is a pretty good pierce weapon. Real good if you want to do like what you call it, like a fencing build. Some people like to try out, like mess around with builds, and I do sometimes. I just try and stick to a certain area. It's like I don't do a ton of pierce builds. I don't really do magic. I don't really do faith. I mostly stick to melee and like the melee like dex and strength builds. But yeah, like for my first playthrough, I did a katana build, and that I was breezing through the game until I ended up getting stuck on the final boss. And so getting stuck on the final boss definitely did not help me stick with the katana build, so I actually ended up switching to a strength build using the Star Fists, aka the best PvE weapon in the game. They're super fun, super broken, a very, very interesting weapon. Where am I? So yeah, this was not where I was trying to go. Apparently I'm going over to the Rose Church now. I think there was supposed to be... Usually I take that, or sometimes I take that little portal thing. Like, yeah, and there was like a little ruin thing. There was like a little portal. You can just go in that. I know there's a couple of little like itty bitty tower things, and those have twos in them. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for them. There's actually also some here that have. I think this is Dex Knot tier right here. This should be Dex Knot tier, which works just like the Strength Knot tier, but for Dex. But yeah, let's go look for some of those. I think Rose Church is probably up ahead. I'm gonna need to keep here. This one. This is it. This is one of the ones. This one should have twos. These guys are flipping snipers, dude. They will hit you from anywhere. So I believe I have my first 2 6 levels. So I should be able to bring it up to a +5 already. And then let's get it to +6. Wait. Yeah, +6. You know, my math earlier was wrong, super wrong. I was saying that you can get to +14 with just like 1s, 2s, and 3s, but you can't. You gotta get 4s and 5s, which means that you gotta get the Dexterous medallions, and then you gotta go through like half the game, or like, yeah, you gotta go to Altus Plateau. And then once you go through Altus Plateau, there's some good items there. So I like to use I gotta get the Rye Lucaria key, because I like to use that to get to the Grand Left of Dectus. There's another way there, it just takes longer, and I sometimes mess it up and end up dying. But yeah, let's get going. Let's keep going. I believe it's like right over there, like those like jagged rocks right there. There's like a dragon guarding it. Dude, have I picked up throwing knives yet? Probably haven't. No, I have not. I can just use the little tracker things. There's a bunch of balloons that fly up in the air. You can like shoot them down to get some crystals and stuff. Academy Glasso Key. Curie, there they are. Okay. So I'm gonna use those to throw at some guys to get some extra runes. Those and those like the hold up. Actually I'll stop and show you. So there's these like little blue crystals. These right here. They are like little magic. There's like a spell called Glintstone Pebble. They basically work like that, except like multiple of them come out. Very good option for the little balloons that have like guys hanging from them. Especially because if you pop the balloon, you get extra runes. Like there's a balloon, you see it in the distance. It's right over there. Hold up. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this one, which should give me some 2s. No, that one's 3s. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna go. That one might be 2s, like to the right over there, or maybe that one might also be 3s. It's probably 2s. Before we go over there, though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do these balloons. So like you gotta like run up to them, like see how they have guys hanging from them. Those guys are gonna drop down, but we don't care because we're just gonna. Then we just keep going all the day. The balloon dying gives me a golden rune 6. I'll grab that 1. See? Another 6. So we just gotta pop all these. Get all the runes. Go, go, go. But yeah, see there's like a ton of them. You can get a ton of runes. Especially because 600 6s are not bad, especially for early game. 6s give you a lot of good stuff. But yeah. So let's keep going. I think I might actually stop once I'm done with 3s. Usually I like to get 4s just so I can obliterate Margit and like the fight's super easy. But I think once I get this 3, and I think I might end it just whenever I get this 3. Or no, these 2s right here. Get off the horse. So you get your 32s. That actually might not be enough. But yeah. I appear to have missed out on some 2s. I think I might, no. I'm gonna go find them real fast before I end it. I don't know where I usually get those 2s from. I know I actually have an extra 2, because there's one that I usually, maybe it's from that. No, I think that one's a portal. Huh. It's odd. Genuinely do not know what 2s I'm missing. It could be an extra one of those like little tower things. This one I'm almost 100% sure is a portal. Yeah, you can see the little portal over there. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the portal. I kind of want to, but I don't think I should. I'm gonna go over here and get the site of grace and the map, and then I can find the little tower things show up on your map, so I can just like go around and find them. You know, honestly, no, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna get the rest of setup done off camera, and then I'll come out with another video, and in that video I will have the full setup done and ready to fight Margit. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.